Hey, I'm so happy to be painting. I'm gonna paint this bear claw and then I'm gonna turn it into a bag. So basically, it's almost gonna, the back, all of this in the background is gonna be black. And then this is just gonna peek through the black. So this is gonna have color. All the actual claw is gonna be the painting. So I am going to do this the other way around than I usually do. I'm going to start out with actually just painting, yeah, where the claw is, and then we're going to paint around in black. I am going to use more like try use a lot of water, very little paint, and try and get more of a watercolor effect. So I'm just going to get a little bit of yellow, lots of water on my paintbrush, and I'm gonna start out with yellow. Yeah, I need more water. I should just wet this and then paint. So you basically just need a few drops of paint for this. Don't worry if you go over the lines or into the bear. I think I need a sponge and water. Okay, so now I'm gonna try and get a little bit of orange. You know, my red's very strong, so I was thinking maybe I should bring some blue in. Hopefully this is not. I'm mixing a little bit of white with the blue. Otherwise, the red and the blue is just going to make a purple. This is already making like a grayish color. Almost looks like he's walking into the sun out of the. Let's get a little bit of. I am going to use like a grayish brown black. I'm not sure. I am going to draw some trees. This brown might be too light that I have here, so I'm going to add a little bit of blue to it. It makes it more of a less red brown, more like a grey brown. Ooh, piece of skin. And I just want to add some trees here. See, I'm just using a lot of water. And we have to add a little bit of something to our tree. So I'm just going to put some blobs here on top of these branches, maybe. I don't want to let the branch go off a little bit. It's very light, it's just water. It's like my brush is split up. I'm just putting it down like this. And I'm gonna paint a little bird in the sky. Why, I think I should have more there. Let's do the little bird. And we are just gonna make some wings. And another wing going that way. And it's almost just like a shadow. And I'm gonna give it a head, body, and a tail. Okay, now I'm gonna, so I painted the scenery there, and oh, you know what, I missed something. I need to paint here in between. So what did we do? We had like the yellow and the red mixture, lots of water. I guess this needs to be more of that bluish purple color. Okay, now we're gonna paint black. I am just gonna paint out of my lid at first. Let's pull this down a little bit so I can see up here. Hopefully it's not too wet. And when you go around the sides here, make sure you don't use too much water because then your black will bleed in. And I always like to pull it away a little bit so it's not just one definite line when I come back with a bigger brush, which I can definitely do this with. Let's get the bigger brush. I'm just gonna dry my brush, but you can use the smaller brush if you're not confident using a bigger brush. So I'm just putting paint on the tip and I'm putting it down, and then I'm going around and I'm pulling it away. And I shake my lid so that I can get more. I put the lid on the little pot of paint and I shake it. I can just get more paint on the lid. You want to make sure your paint goes into the fabric. That's why you'll see I do this a lot. If I see little white spots, I will just push make sure the paint is in. Just push it around. So you don't just want to put a layer of paint on top. You want to make sure you work it into the fabric. Because it doesn't really matter if it starts flowing. You just want to make sure you get all of it in. You can use a sponge also. So I put a sponge in the water. I'm going to squeeze most of the water out because I want it to be more a thicker paint. And I go in between there. I kind of squeeze it in between my fingers. Get that extra paint. And over here I can see I missed some of it. Oopsie. Got paint flying everywhere. I'm just Isn't that cute? So quick and so easy. Okay, that's quick and easy. So I'm just going to go over with a little brush and a little bit of water. If I see a white spot in the black, I'm just going to go over it, like just to make sure that the paint went into the fabric everywhere. Perfect. I am going to write my name on this one. Guess I'll have to do it with more of a white. Let's get a, I don't want it too bright. And that's my bear claw.